Subaru Outbacks are the most popular SUV wagon in America, and it's for good reason. I've owned a few different vehicles, Jeeps, trucks. This is the only car I've had, but I have absolutely come to love a lot of things about this rig, and I think it's an excellent option for a lot of people. So if you're thinking about buying one, I'll share a few of the things that I really do like about this thing. All right, so one of the first things that I and pretty much anybody who has considered a Subaru love is the all-wheel drive system. Now, it's no secret that they have a ridiculously good all-wheel drive system. It's not four-wheel drive. If you want to learn more about the system itself or the difference between the two, there are videos on that. But just in general, these things do incredible on slippery roads or light snow. They don't crush through super deep snow, but anything less than that, I would much prefer to have this than anything else I've driven, including our truck. With a good set of all-terrains or snow tires, it's pretty much untouchable and just grabs the road in the winter. So that's the big number one. Next is the crash safety of these vehicles. Working as a firefighter for a number of years, there's been a lot of different accidents that I've been on in which Subarus have just fared better than I would have expected, and they just seem to protect their occupants better than other small vehicles. And so I always said if I did downsize from a truck or Jeep, heavier vehicles, that this would be really the only option that I would consider, just because, yeah, small vehicles don't win often, but these things seem to do better than most. Alrighty, the next thing is the ground clearance. Now, I know it's a car. I'm not gonna pretend like this thing's a truck and can go anywhere and everywhere, but as far as cars go, it's pretty good. It has 8.7 inches of ground clearance underneath, which is actually more than a Jeep Grand Cherokee, which surprises some people. And so that makes it just a lot more capable when you're going off-road. You can clear more rocks, more logs, things like that. And then additionally, the suspension on these, because they are cars and they're not built to hold or haul heavy loads, they're a bit softer, and so when you are off-roading, it's actually a lot smoother than when you're in a truck, you know, that has a little bit more rigid suspension as far as stock suspensions go. And so having the ground clearance and just that smooth ride actually makes driving, you know, logging roads and off-roading pretty enjoyable. All right, so the next thing is the roof rack. So these things come with built-in roof rails from the factory, and there's the front and back rail. When you're not using them, they just swing to the side in line, go the long ways, and so you don't have the extra wind noise, drag, whatever. But when you are using them, you can mount baskets, racks, ski racks, whatever you need up here, and it's just nice to have, you know, just preset there. You don't have to go buy a new set, do any drilling or anything like that, which is convenient. Next thing is the fuel mileage. These, I have the 2.5 liter 4-cylinder version, and it gets between like 24 and 30 miles per gallon on average. I think I usually average about 26 bombing around in the mountains here with all my junk in there, the camper inside, gear on top. So fuel mileage is huge, because the more money you save on fuel, the more you can spend on coffee, burritos, and climbing gear. All right, so the next thing is the interior space. So I know it's not a truck, it's not a camper, a big, you know, Sprinter, but for being a car, it does pretty good, especially if you take out the back seats, build out a camper like this bad boy. You've got plenty of space. Both my wife and I can sleep in here if we want to. It's, you know, I guess you just have to treat it like a backpacking tent. And if you're indecisive like me and you want to bring, you know, equipment for 10 different activities because you don't know what you're going to be doing on the road, there's enough space for it. Another really convenient piece is this 12-volt cigarette outlet right here. I know a lot of vehicles have these now, but having this one back here is really convenient. I've got a little charger plug-in, lines up into the back, and then I'm able to charge my Jackery battery, so anytime we're driving, that's charging. And then when we stop, I can charge camera batteries and everything off of that. So that's convenient. Okay, next up is the tech options that these things have. So not only do they have a really good all-wheel drive system and like hill descent and off-road mode, things like that, but they also have some safety options. I don't have the eyesight system, but most of the new ones do, and that's like a, you know, full sensor system that lets you have the automated cruise control with like specific distance follow, and they also have like lane correction for you. So if you start to wander, I've driven my mom's car that has that, and it's convenient. And so if you are somebody that wanders a little bit on the road and needs a little extra help, or just wants to, you know, let the vehicle keep you from getting in a wreck, cool options. So another really cool thing about these Outbacks is that they now offer a wilderness version. I haven't driven one yet, but I've seen them and heard a lot of really good things about them, and it's just pretty much a more off-road capable version of this thing. So it comes a little bit higher, a little more ground clearance. It comes with better tires to start with, additional traction control systems, just a bunch of things that, you know, make it operate better, and they look pretty cool. So this video is not sponsored by Subaru, though. I mean, if they want to hook me up one of those, I wouldn't turn them down. But overall, these are the reasons that I really love this thing. And if you are considering buying one, I'm sure you'll be happy with it if your needs are similar to mine, you know, camping, a lot of long distance travel, road trips, things like that. But if you're looking for the downsides of this, there are a few things that I don't love, and I'll share a video down here. Or if you just want to go and tag along with me on some adventures, check out my channel. I've got a lot on there.